What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live Pendergast podcast on this beautiful Thursday, right before 4th of July. And as always, this podcast is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today through Seth Starnes. And ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to finally get Annie on the podcast. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
How
It's
you
so good to
doing?
be here. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so excited to finally get on here. I've been a fan for a minute, so
Look, check this out. Watch this. Boom. Thank you so
Whoa.
much. Yeah, that's cool, ain't it?
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, I love it. But yeah, listen, seriously, the honor's all mine. And I say this all the time, without you and all my other friends coming on here, I would not be, doing this. And here comes my son, right? So my son makes an entrance every podcast, everybody. So real quick story. When I go to the track, Annie, and
hmm
people see me, you know what the first question they say to me is, "Where's
Okay.
Rossi?" And I'm
Yep.
like, "What? I chop liver now?" Apparently I'm chopped liver now, and he's the star. So here's Rossi, everybody. Say hi.
Hi.
So yeah, we have a lot to talk about during our first podcast. We're going to sit down and do this many times. I've had a lot of requests to get you on this podcast, and here we are, and here we go. I'm super excited.
Awesome. Heck
So Annie,
yeah.
as always, I always start this out. Tell us your journey and where it all began on the beautiful twos.
Okay, well, it started when I was all of six. My dad got me a PW50, much to my mother's chagrin.
That's how it always ends up. The mothers are always like, I've had one friend come on here where their grandma got him into motorcycle racing,
Wow,
and I
good
was
for
like, bro,
her.
that's rare.
Yeah, it is. So it started on that. There's a couple really great videos out there of my dad and I two up on the PW, because he wasn't quite comfortable with with me being on it by myself until I took the MSF course, which I tried to take when I was six, and then promptly decided that it was too darn hot and and left. Um, so I did that. So did that for 2 years, and then when I was eight, I retook the MSF, like the dirt bike course. Did the trail riding course, and finally managed to pass that. And then trail rode for forever. Um, God, yeah. So that was when I was eight, and then I got my first. We rented bikes for a while. I got my first bike, like that was my own, like bigger than the PW, when I was 11. We were I remember we were at Sky Zone for my birthday, and they had pulled the dirt bike. It was a YZ125. They had pulled it into like the little party room, and so I walk in, and there's a dirt bike right there, and I am so excited I can't see straight. It was awesome. And all of my friends thought I was the coolest person in the world because like she rides dirt bikes, like that's so cool. And so then from there I rode that for years. Then I got a TTR 230, and rode that for forever until high school.
Which is nothing like the YZ125. Let's just be honest.
No, it was a nice upgrade though.
Yeah, facts,
It
right?
was fun. Did a whole bunch of trail riding. Just kind of like, basic trail riding. Like we would go down to like Durham Town in Georgia. It's a nice trail riding park out there. Did a little bit of single track and hated it, because I like to go faster than that. Um, and then actually my freshman year of high school, I was in a nasty accident. Decided that falling down a mountain on the dirt bike was the best way to go. Ended up with 14 stitches in my knee, and
Oh
decided
no.
decided that that was not the best thing in the world to do. Actually, that's a fun story. Not the crash, not really, but looking back on it, it's pretty funny because we had gone up the mountain, and I was freaked out, and we were headed back down the mountain, and I went over a rock, hit the gas, and it was in a rut, so I went up over the wall. It was like a 4 foot wall up over it, and just launched myself down the mountain. Didn't realize that there was a hole in my leg because I was wearing full gear. Walked myself back up the mountain and then back down it before taking off my pants and going, "Hey, yeah, we do actually need to call 911."
Right?
Yeah.
And my boot's full
Um,
of blood, by the way.
yeah. Well, I think what happened was actually I just screamed.
That'll do it every
Yep,
time.
yep. And then my dad had been lugging both dirt bikes like up the hill, up and back down the mountain, and he came running, and I was like, yeah, no, we do need to call 911 because there's a hole there, and he's like, I don't need to see that, I'll go call.
Just put a rag on it. You're good.
Yeah. um and so after that I kind of stepped back from dirt biking for a while because I was just like, that wasn't my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I also got really into mount what's
Mountain
oh my
bike.
god, no, not mountain biking, no, it's complete 360. Marching
Oh,
band, yeah, I got
nice.
really into the marching band. So I switched to that for a few years, and then when I turned 18, my dad, I knew that I wanted a street bike. Absolutely. I was like, as soon as I can get my motorcycle license, I want to be out there. So I got, for my high school graduation, I got an EX500, a 96 EX500. I loved that stupid bike. That was a great bike. Rode that for a while. My dad also rides. He's a pretty prominent in my riding, because like all of the riding that I did with him, like throughout my entire childhood. Like pretty much every time I trail rode, like he and I were going out together. A lot of the times we were in a Kia with a trailer pulling two dirt bikes. Um, he was the one that got me the bike. Like we would go on rides together. Like he was always the person that I rode with. Um, and then I went to college, and being in Atlanta, like riding just sucked up there. It really did. Like being in the city, like I wasn't riding, so I sold the bike to help pay for college. And then my dad, for his 50th birthday, said he used to race professionally. He raced the Loudon series in the 80s, and early 90s, and then raced all throughout, kind of track days and racing through, 20-30 years, right? And so for his 50th birthday, he had taken a lot of time off, and he's like, I want to get back out there. Um, and so like I started going to his races and stuff, and supported him through like the first few years of that. um and I of course was fascinated because I wasn't on a bike at that time, and like I was like, I want to get out there, I miss this. um and he got hooked on the mini cup that Wira runs. um and he bought a Benelli, the Benelli 135. And his agreement was, if I buy this Benelli, you have to come race it once, right?
Okay, done.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm not going to say no to that.
Right.
Yep. So for my 21st birthday, I went out, and that was how I celebrated my 21st birthday. Was I borrowed somebody's leathers. We had a friend who just couldn't afford, it was just, couldn't afford to do track days, who had but who had gotten all the gear, and had a brand new set of Dayanese leathers that fit me perfectly. And she's like, you can borrow them. And I was like, okay. I'm not gonna say no to that. So went out, did 2 days at Tally, um, had the time of my life. Absolutely loved every second of it. Was so happy to be there. And I haven't stopped. And so I raced I raced minis last year. I did the full season of minis, and then now this year, so my dad broke his collarbone um, in a couple years ago, and had to get surgery on it in February. And I looked at him, and he raced an Ninja 300, and I looked at him and said, "Hey, you don't want that bike to sit there all on its own and not do anything for a season, right?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You want to let me have it?"
That's exactly what you want to do, Dad. You
Yeah,
want to let me have this bike.
yeah, exactly. No, this is actually mine now. And so I have now, so now I'm racing the 300 and the Benelli, and I am loving every second of it, and I'm so happy to be here.
That's awesome.
Um, So yeah, it's only my second season. I'm still pretty new to this whole thing, and man, I dived right head first into it for really.
I love it. And the people we meet, as I always call it, our beautiful circus. The people and the friends you meet are absolutely amazing. You're
Best
like,
people in the
where,
world.
where you been my whole life? Like,
Truly.
y'all been
It-
hiding from me? What's up? Right. So we have a good friend of mine on here, Jessica. What is up, Jessica? She says, "Hey, beautiful."
Hi. Oh my
Y-
gosh.
Do you know Jessica
Maybe I don't
here
know.
on?
Probably, possibly.
Yeah, her husband Jeff. So big shout out to her and Jeff. He's a rider coach at Precision Track Days.
Mm.
You know, she says two willing daddies are the best. That's a
Yes, they
fact,
are.
Jessica. 110%.
Mm-hmm.
My son's got a brand new dirt bike. He had a similar story, TTR 125 electric start before he was born. Never rode it. Matter of fact, when I got it, I was riding it. My buddies come over here, and I forgot to spread my knees apart, and I had them, and I went to go make a corner and ran right into a fence and bent the front forks on it. And it was literally
Oh.
like 3 hours old. Right. So
Oh.
he'd go out there and sit on it and start it, but he just never really showed a whole bunch of interest. I took him to his first Moto America race, and then he went there a couple years, and then as he got a little bit older, we met Yandel Medea and became real good friends with him. So big shout out to him and his parents. And so Rossi's always taking off on his little 50 riding around the
Mm-hmm.
whole time, right? And yes, since then we bought him a brand new dirt bike in Christmas.
Hey.
And what's up, buddy? You gonna say hi?
Yeah.
You keep busting in here like you the police.
Can we
Can we-
later? Maybe, possibly. Nope, never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you in the creek, but I know you're gonna say no.
Yeah, we can get in the creek later. We can go down there and get in the creek. We have a creek right down the street. It's
Oh,
super
awesome.
high, so we go down there and get in the creek, and it's like a
Mhm.
perfect swim hole. I mean, you can't physically swim, but it's deep enough where
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can.
this deep, so I can jump in. It's got perfect
Mhm.
formation. These rocks you can sit in. Where it's
Oh,
up
that's
here.
awesome.
It's absolutely amazing. So I love cold plunges, right? And when it's cold outside, I go straight down in the creek and jump in that bad boy for like 2 minutes in the morning, and yeah, get ready for work and let's go. So
Awesome.
yeah, I love it. I love it.
I
Go ahead. Sorry.
I had a similar story with the YZ where the day after I got it, I also messed it up royally. I was riding it around next to the river, and there was just this like little field, and on the edge of the field it had just rained. It was, it was puddles and mud and all the fun stuff that you do on a dirt bike. But on the edge of the field there's like a 4-foot deep culvert. And literally the day after we bought this motorcycle, and I had just gotten it, and I just ride it straight into the culvert. I just drowned the thing immediately.
So we can get in the creek. Yes.
This is what I deal with, Annie. I don't know about what y'all deal with, but this right here is what I
Yes.
deal with. I said yes, Bubba. Let me get done with this. We'll go to the creek. Thank you. I love you. Bye-bye. Do you need help at your job? Because I got one right here that will perfectly come and help you guys out, girls, for sure. I can't. I gotta talk. You the one that. Are you sure? Because I can put them in a box and ship them straight to you, Annie.
Keep that one actually.
For real, he's a good help around the house and all that good stuff. So you see what so this heat keeps me wide open and busy all the time. So anyway, sorry about the interruption. It's funny story. You said that Ella Dreyer did the same thing on a little 50, ran it straight in the swimming pool. Yeah, we all been. The good thing about the two-stroke is you can pull it out, pull the spark plug, turn it upside down, and
yeah, it was fine. It just
out. Fun experience though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because then we had to get it out of the creek, and I was not happy about that.
No, I bet not. You're like, Dad, I need you.
Yeah.
This time it's not to call the ambulance. This time I need a crane to get my bike out the creek.
Yeah, well, and he was looking at me. He's like, "You got to get back in there and go get it." I was like, "I don't want to get in there. It's gross in there." I was all of like 11. I was like, I don't want to get in the mud. I don't want to get in the water.
Right? You're like, now my
Ew.
bike's all, ooh, Dad,
Yeah.
you gotta wash it.
Yeah,
What?
go get
Yeah,
it.
please. I'm your daughter. I
Yeah.
love you. Okay, I got you.
No, I did end up getting in the creek eventually.
Right? I'd have been
Yeah.
my boy too. I'm like, nah, you getting in this creek.
Yeah, you put it in there, go get it.
Facts, right? This is a lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Hmm.
Jessica actually says, Road Atlanta, my love. We had the little blonde little girl.
Oh, yes, I remember. I mean, I remember you vaguely. You meet so many people, and I'm terrible with names.
Me too. I am
So,
bad. Nicole, so big shout out to Nicole Pollard.
oh, hey Nicole.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. So her photos.
Yes, I love her so much. I have two F-bombs. Um, I am good. Definitely bruised. I crashed. So at Barber last weekend, I was racing, um, and I crashed 3 times. I crashed the mini once, which who cares? It was a mini crash. I just you low side. I had just gotten off the 300 and gone into mini practice, and I was feeling a little cocky because you get off the big bike and go race a mini, and you're like, oh, this is nothing. Yeah, exactly. And I braked a little too late going into Charlotte's Web, and discovered that braking late was about 5 feet back for my skill level, and low sided. But that was fine. And then that was a weird weekend. That was a weird weekend because I ended up messing up the shift lever, um, and went to go race the Benelli in the mini race, and actually the shift lever was stuck. I was stuck in fourth. I went to go kick it to go shift down a gear and broke the bolt. Yeah. and, and ended up stuck in fourth because the shift lever was just hanging down like that. But then I was running E and F on Sunday on the 300, and in the E race I ran out of gas and went to go off, and and it had been raining, and I hit the grass a little too hard, a little too fast, and because the grass was so wet, it ate my front tire, and I went over the handlebars. Um, and then went back out for the F race. Didn't realize that my clip-on had come loose. So I was going through the kink in the back straight of Barber during the warm-up lap, but I'm still, you're still going at like 95% of race pace. And I'm coming out of the kink, and my clip-on shifts, and I just lose the front. But no, I'm okay. I'm supposed to be wearing a brace right now in my hand. I got a little bit of road rash where it ate through my glove, but I came out pretty okay considering. So I'm not like, I'll be at Roebling next week. It's not that bad, but I'm just bruised more than anything.
I love it.
Bruised and upset that I didn't get to run the race.
It's part of the game we play. It's
Yeah.
we always have these goals and visions on how our weekend's gonna go or our day, and you show up, and sometimes it goes better, sometimes it goes worse, and sometimes that fucking monkey wrench gets thrown in there, and you're just like, it is what it is.
It
Lick
is
my
what it
wounds and
is.
come back even better, right? Next
Yeah.
time. Yeah, it's
The bike turned out better than I could have hoped, so I didn't do any major damage except I cracked my rear set plate, which sucks because those are expensive. But other than that, and I managed to recover my GoPro. So like, really,
win-win.
it's a win-win because I crashed on the GoPro was mounted on the right side, and I crashed on the right side, and it was tethered, but like it just ate, the asphalt just ate the tether. And so I went to I had to go ask Gabe Harmon and be like, can somebody go look for my GoPro, please?
Pretty please.
Yeah, please. I would like that back if it's still intact. Can you go find it? And luckily, like, because it was raining, they weren't running races, and so that somebody just drove out and went and found my GoPro like within 5 minutes, and I was like, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, Gabe.
Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I tend to come to Gabe with sheepish requests.
That's okay. That's okay. We love you, Gabe. That's
We
what
do.
she's saying. We love you. Yeah, 110%. Funny, I almost bought a GoPro, but I ended up buying the Insta360 X3 when it come out. So it's been about 2 years ago, and I took it to a MotoGP, ran into Garrett Gerloff, and was like, "Bro, can we talk for a few minutes? I'm gonna record this conversation." So we ended up talking for 15 minutes, and I recorded the whole thing, like basically interview. Got home, downloaded the thing on my computer, all this shit, plugged it up, and I thought I was like extracting it when I ended up deleting the whole thing. I got
Oh
so pissed
no.
off. I
Oh
have not used
no.
my Insta360 since. It's been sitting on my
Mm.
dresser the whole entire
Yeah,
time. Because every time I
that's
look at
yeah.
it, I'm like,
That'd be so bad. That'd make me so upset.
oh, you see the look on my face, right? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I need to bust out. I need to sell it or bust out. So,
Well, we had literally bought the GoPro for Barber. Like we had just bought it the Friday before we left because we'd realized that Best Buy was running a super good deal on them. I got it for like $140.
wow.
Yeah. It's like the 11 mini, so it's like a newer one, and they were running them for super cheap. And so we're like, hell yeah, let's just go
Yeah.
get
I
one
mean,
because why
yeah.
not? Been wanting to run one for a while, and so like I was about to be, I knew, like I watched the bike come in and I saw the GoPro not there, and I was like, we just bought that. We just bought that. And I had been running before I ran out of gas. I had run probably like some of the best laps that I've ever run on that bike. I love Barber. It is by far my favorite track. And so like I was running so good, and I had that on camera, but they were in the SIM card in the camera that was still on the track. And so I was like, I want the I want my video, you know? Like I just ran my favorite lap ever and it's on camera and it's just out there.
And it's lost. It's gone forever. What happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes I wish I'd have bought the GoPro. Maybe I wasn't having my shit deleted. But yeah. Anyway, I need to start using it again because it is a badass camera. It's just
Mhm.
yeah, one of those times they kind of I let myself down on that because I didn't know what I was doing. Hence, that's why my
Yeah.
podcasts are live and I don't edit hardly anything because I'm not good at it and I don't want to. I
Yeah.
try to, and it's so much time. I'm like, I can't do this. It's
Mhm.
just way too much time for this shit. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Glover. So Rick Glover, he's a proper mega friend. His son Cooper is a legend. He's coming up in SFL Mini GP through the ranks.
Oh,
Super
awesome.
fast kid. Yes, yes. He actually created the logo. So big shout
Oh,
out to Rick.
cool.
Yeah, Rick's absolutely amazing human. He says anything that sticks out needs to be checked after you fall over. Bars, levers, arms, and elbows. I love it. And
Yeah,
then
I admittedly have a couple the bruises you can't really see anymore, but my knees still got a couple going for it because it was sticking out. So, oh
she
well.
said, I pulled my best Jorge Martin shoulder drag. Yeah. And I got it all on camera.
I got Nicole actually got a really funny photo of me like because she got a like of me crashing to Benelli, um, where it's just me pretty much laid over on the ground, but the the wheel is off the ground, but like you if you're not paying attention to that part, it really just looks like I'm dragging elbow on the mini, and like I like being like, you know, Annie Rossi or whatever, you know, like
She said Annie Rossi. That's gonna be the name of this podcast. Annie Rossi. This is gonna be the name of the podcast, and under the header it's gonna say, "You want to let me have this bike?" Facts. That there you go.
Well,
Would love
we're
it.
actually the reason that I'm wearing this T-shirt is this is me. We call this the inherited chaos season because you know I just stole the motorcycle. So
I
this
love
is
it.
yeah. So we made T-shirts for it that I actually designed. I'm very happy with it. But
Do you have any merch for sale that people can
oh
buy those
yes,
or?
yes, I will. I'll plug that at the end. I got a lot to
Yeah,
plug.
absolutely. Good. Because I need one of those shirts, right? So I can wear it
Oh
on the podcast and all that good stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And then when I get me some more shirts in, we'll just do an exchange program.
deal.
Facts. So yeah, it's and then so we got a good buddy of mine, Peter Marsh, right? So Peter Marsh has a son. His name's Jake Marsh. I'm a huge fan. He races out there, and he's actually in the Bemese Championship this year. He was at BSB last year. Um, Super amazing family, super fast kid. Well, he's not a kid; he's a young adult, but he's absolutely super fast. He says, "Evening, Chris, live from Knock Hill at BSB." There goes my plug. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of British Superbike racing. It is the
Awesome.
best, absolutely production racing on the freaking planet. For
Cool.
me, it's the TT, BSB, and everything else on equal terms after that.
Wow.
So you guys can watch the races live at Bennett'sBritishSuperbikes.com. There you go. They have live commentary and you can watch the races. And yeah, they're at Knock Hill. So let's go.
Heck yeah.
Peter also says the RD team are busy this weekend. We have Jake Marsh and Archie. Nice. Are your favorite track at Cadwell? Let's go, bro. And I'm at Knock Hill with Fenton, Harrison, Seabright, 10, Fenton 47, and Keel Walker Racing. So all of them are my mates, and they're absolutely amazing fast kids. Peter, let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know I love you guys all the way over there across the pond. Always showing you guys love. I talk about RD Racing, which he runs the whole RD race team, and his son Jake out there all the time. They're in Cadwell Park. Annie, I'm telling you right now, it is the most proper track you're ever going to see in your life.
Cool.
Paul says, "Hey, I know y'all. What is
Hi,
that?
Paul.
Yeah, love it. If you haven't, if you have the opportunity, seriously, you need to go to Cadwell Park.
Cool.
It
Okay.
is that mountain jump will blow your mind when you see it in real life, and the track is literally this wide. That'll also blow your mind. Like,
Oh,
how are they
wow.
doing this on this track? Yeah, it's a special place. The whole heritage, how it started. The father had two sons. They made it. It was a dirt bike track originally, and where the sons could go out there and ride, and then from there it
That's cool.
transformed to what it is. And yeah, the original house is still standing up, and it's
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's got a lot of heritage, and it's super cool. So yeah, but racing, that's why we're here, right? It's
Yep.
so much fun, and mini moto
Mhm.
racing is I tell my friends this and they laugh at me. I'm like, dude, buy like a Honda Grom or a Benelli 150. Dude, forget that BMW SR. Yeah, it's a badass bike. Yeah, it's 30,
No,
40 grand.
get a mini,
Get a
man.
mini, dude.
Get
It's
a
going to teach
mini.
you so much. Like that little mini
Oh,
bike's going to give you so much feeling. You're going to know what the
I
front's
am
doing, what the rear's doing. It's
so glad that I started on the minis.
yes.
That was really I mean, that was the best. Not really that a choice that I made, but like if I had to make a choice, I would still start on the minis. And I tell everybody that you should start on a mini at least for a season, because it really tells you, it teaches you to like put the bike wherever the hell that you need to put it. Like do whatever you can to carry corner speed because you
Facts,
don't
right?
got speed anywhere else.
Well, same thing as like a 300 or 400, right?
Yep.
It's all about roll speed, corner speed, because it don't have enough
Mhm.
power in drafting to get out its own weight, right?
Yep.
Out of a paper bag. So it's all just staying behind or trying to get it at least far enough in front where when they do get in a draft behind you, they're not catching you.
That's
Which
why
is why 300, 400 is such good racing.
it's such good racing. That's why I like racing E, because like it admittedly it's a little bit of an ego boost because if I'm catching somebody, they're on a bigger bike than I am. It means that I'm carrying more corner speed than they are, and that makes me feel good.
That's right.
So
That's right. And we've all had those moments where we're on the track and, here comes this little 12, 13-year-old on a whatever 250, 400, and they come around you on the outside and you think you're just flat out, going, it's Mach 15 warp speed, whatever it is. And as he's coming by, hand you a big old pie on your tank and you look down and you're like, ooh, what's the pie for? It's that humble pie you're getting ready to
Yep.
eat right now. That's exactly what that is,
Yep.
And yeah, but exactly what Rick says. Rick says racing minis makes big tracks feel slow. It's
Mhm.
and how true that is. It's absolutely. I love minis. They're
I
so
love
much fun.
minis. Yeah.
You need to have you ever been down to Florida or Jersey and been rode with SFL Mini GP at all?
No, I want to
You need
though.
to.
I want to.
Yes, you need to. You need
I
to.
next year I'm probably gonna move home next year and like do more racing stuff because like it's a little bit tricky right now living up in
In
DC
DC.
trying to get back down there, but like next
You,
year, man, I'm going everywhere, doing everything
you,
I can.
you can't put a bike on a train station, can you? To a
Unfortunately,
train.
cannot.
You're like, you can't bring
But
that on. Why not?
well, I also don't have a garage here, so I just
Makes it hard. Yeah.
leave the bikes at home, and it works out quite nicely because then my dad can do all the repairs, and then I show up, and there's just a perfectly set up motorcycle that I didn't have to do anything to every time I come. It's awesome.
Thank you, Daddy. Right?
Yep,
Yes. Yes.
exactly.
I love you so much. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. It's one thing that I love too about our sport is the father, daughter, son relationship in the mom,
Mhm.
right? It's a bond that not many people in this life have.
No, and I will like racing has also brought us a lot closer together.
100%.
Because like we raced minis together last year. Because he would rent a ground from Joe Fisher, and I took the
Yeah.
Benelli. Um, and
You want to let
then
me have this, Daddy, don't you?
yeah, it was the hey, this one's actually mine now. Now that you he rode, I think he raced one race on it that entire season. That was the only time, like, and it was just because I was out of town. It was oh no, I had a powerlifting competition that weekend. So he got to race that once. That was the only time he got to race it. Because the rest of the time it was mine. Um,
And it still is.
oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, the argument is that my number plate is on it, and there's no title because it's a race bike. So like,
I claimed it.
yeah, my number's on it, my name's on it, must be mine.
It must be mine, right? Like you can't take it. I'm all over it. Yeah, I feel you
Yeah.
on that. That's awesome. Yeah,
But like he and I have gotten a lot closer, like between the, like driving everywhere and like getting to talk more and sharing this sport, it's gotten us a lot. And like he's been a really, really good coach. Now that he can't race, and so he's just watching me, which is good at sometimes and bad at others because he made a comment to me the other day about how I was racing, and he just looked at me and he said, Annie, your body position in that corner doesn't just suck, it's just non-existent. And I was like, damn.
You're like negative point on you, Dad.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because then this was for minis. And so then I pulled up my mini times. And then I pulled up his mini times, and I was like, it's so interesting that I'm running 6 seconds faster than you are. Than you did last year at GNFs. Please, where's my body position again?
Dad, do you know what time it is? I don't think you do. Let me show you these times right here. Now you know what time it is.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me about body position?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So no. I was like, where's all that? That 36 years of experience racing is real lacking right
It must
now.
have been on the Nintendo, Daddy. That's what it must have been. Yeah, you didn't do no real racing. Come on, let's just be honest. That's hilarious. But yeah, you're right. It's there's nothing like that bond that racing
it's really
brings
not.
families. It's amazing, and yeah, a lot of fun. Listen, we're already 32 minutes in this. It goes by so fast.
It really does.
I know. It's what happens when you're having fun. Just like at the track, you show up, and so my camera right here, I got a new it's an Insta360, right? You figure since I had the experience with that one. But this is my computer camera, and it's actually AI activated, so it'll actually follow me around the room as I move. It is, but it's kind of annoying sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I get that.
It automatically cuts on AI tracking when I do certain like hand movements. Like I'm trying to turn it off now, and it keeps cutting back on. But yeah. But what I do like is the new. Whatever the new little helmet Insta360 camera you can put in your helmet. Those are super cool.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah,
that's super cool. So you said 2025, this is your second season, and you're still on the Benelli in the 300.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ninja 300.
So what is your goals, Annie, when it comes to racing?
Right now, because I'm still pretty fresh to it, my goal is kind of just get better every time. I mean, okay, there's always two goals. We always approach a weekend the same way. There's always two goals: is that you can walk, you can ride again, the bike is rideable, and you had fun, right? So you're basically, as long as you're not damaged, the bike's rideable again, and you had a good time. Those are three big goals. I want to improve every time I go out. I've gained a lot of confidence. The first few races, I crashed in my riding school race.
So you didn't get your license, did you?
No, I did.
Okay.
Because so what happened? It was at Tally in February.
She said, "Well, what happened was."
Well, it was so cold.
Yeah.
I was going through turn 1, and my tires just got cold and I just lost the front. But Joe Fisher had the same crash in the practice before, and so he was just like, I know what happened and I know it wasn't your fault, so I'm gonna give this to you anyway. And I was like, perks of knowing the officials. It's all about who you
Facts.
know.
Well, that's a true statement in life, period. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, so I did get, but that kind of rocked me a little. So like my goals now are just getting confident, like really learning, improving every single time. I'm not gonna win a championship, and that's okay. I'm still happy as hell to be here. Catch up to everybody, because I'm not the fastest thing on the track yet.
Yeah, that's the key word, right? So
Yep.
eventually you do want to be a champion.
Oh yeah. No,
Let's be
well, the thing
honest,
is,
right?
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm here. What are you guys talking about? I'm here. You remember
Yeah.
this name, Annie, right here. Y'all remember
Yeah.
this. Take a picture,
Yep.
write it down.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Like
I love
this
it.
is, and just have fun and get better. Like my big things that I was excited for this season were racing Road Atlanta. That was huge because don't get to do that on the minis. That was so going to Cycle Jam was big for me. That was a big moment. I
Oh,
was
you was
very,
there at
very
Cycle
excited.
Jam? I was there. How do we not run
Oh,
into each other?
I guess we just didn't. We were busy. I don't know. There's so
Yeah.
many people there.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
but yeah, no, just getting to race at Road Atlanta was like big for me because that was such an iconic track, and like I was just I'd been to Cycle Jam to like see my dad race, so now, and like that was huge. I like fangirling over the track.
Right. I love it. I fangirl over the track too. Like,
Yeah.
so let's just be honest. Yeah.
Um, and like honestly, like having the balls to like get out there and like race the bigger bike is something that like is big for me and has like given me a lot of confidence in general. It's like, yeah, I go fucking do that all day.
All day. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And like I can already tell like that I've gained so much confidence because like after my last crash at Barber, I was talking to my dad about this. Like after my last crash at Barber, like the only I wasn't like scared, I wasn't freaked out. I was just pissed that I didn't get to go race because I had a really good battle for third the day before, and I wanted to go have another really good battle. Like that was my mentality versus my crash in February where I was freaked the hell out.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of just building confidence, getting faster, and having fun.
Moto America bound on your plans sometime in the future?
I really want to get into BTR. Honestly, that is
Apply.
I
Everybody knows
applied
I'm a
last
huge.
year.
Yeah, listen. This is the thing. They can only, obviously it's only so big, so they can only allow a certain amount. And just keep doing it, and you get in. You just keep applying.
Yeah.
You've heard a lot of my podcasts with all the BTR girls, right? And that's what they say. I had applied 3-4 times, sometimes 2 times, and you'll get in. You'll do it.
That is my inevitable goal. That is my eventual goal. Like that is the big goal, is to get into BTR. I want it so bad.
And you'll get it.
So I applied last year. I'll apply again this year. And if I don't get it, I'll apply again next year, and I'll keep applying until I get in.
That's right. Facts, right? It's you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
So that's my big goal. But also, I mean, I'd like to win stuff too eventually, Yeah, I mean,
just show up and kick all the guys' ass. That's exactly
what I'm
what you're
here
gonna
for.
do.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. You think you're fast, dude? Absolutely not. I got you. So
yeah. And just that's kind of get faster and eventually get into BTR. As much as I would, the idea of Moto America is fun. This is racing as a hobby. I also want to get a PhD, so that's eventually going to take precedent. Maybe we'll see.
What are you going to take a PhD in?
Hopefully applied math.
Nice.
Yep. So the current research that I do is in like disease modeling. So I work with like malaria and stuff, doing like population modeling and stuff like that. So I want to kind of keep doing that and do a PhD in that.
I love it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
People like you for sure, right?
Yeah.
To let us know what's gonna happen. Hey guys, watch out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You listen, I tell all my friends this: whatever visions and goals you have, Annie, I hope you achieve them 10 times over. And
Oh,
I'm a
thank you.
fan, and I'll cheer you on every step of the way. So let's go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I will say that I've already got some goals set for next season. One of them is beat my dad because he's coming back. He's gonna get a 300, and we're gonna race together. And that is my big goal. Actually, that is the goal for next season is be faster than he is.
You just keep showing that 6 second different time sheet. Post
Yeah.
that up in the trailer. You see this dad
Yep.
right here? This is
Yep.
gonna get even further apart, not closer together. Just letting you know.
Yep. So that's my goal for next season. But
And you'll do it. You'll achieve it. That's awesome. Do you plan on doing like any type of coaching? Do you take any coaching or?
I did when I first started. I did Precision's one-on-one coaching with Andy Balls. Love that man. He ended up sponsoring us actually. So I did that, but that's kind of the only coaching that I've done. That I've had like
Yeah.
I'd love to do it, but like I don't really get out enough to the track yet. Again, that's more of a next year thing.
Yeah.
When I'm like it's more accessible, but right now I'm just kind of racing and doing my best. And the thing is like I know enough people out on the track that like somebody's always coming up after like practice or after a race to come give me advice anyway. So like I basically have like 40 different coaches at any point in time.
Giving you all this free advice, and he's like, "I take
Yeah,
advice with a sign, right? I take advice over here. Advice needed, please." I love it.
exactly.
That's what I
Well,
love about the whole paddock, and the whole beautiful circus is everybody wants to see everybody succeed and have fun.
mhm.
You know.
Yeah. There's a when I first started, Kyle Live, he races minis, but he just got an R3. He would like take his laps super slow and like have me follow him and like give up his practices so I would learn the lines. Um, and now he does it out of spite because he's a little bit faster than I am because he's 110 pounds. Like I'm not gonna compete with that, like, especially not on a Benelli.
Right.
Um, and so like he still does that, but really it's just kind of I think he just does it to annoy me because he knows that like he's a little bit faster than I am, and he's trying to like say that like, well, you can follow me because like I'm faster than you are, and I'm like, go away.
Shoe fly, don't bother me, right? Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know what? The iron sharpens iron, and the more you
Hmm.
follow them, and you'll
Oh
get
no,
them.
I'm excited because he and I were just talking. He and I were bench racing on Facebook Messenger the other day because he's going to be out on the R3 at Roebling next weekend, and that'll be the first time that he and I have raced on the 300s together. And I am so prepared to kick his ass.
You heard that, didn't you? You are in trouble, my friend, because she
Mhm.
is coming to get up in that ass. You heard it
Yep.
here first. I love it. I can't wait. You're gonna have to send me some photos of the
Yeah,
weekend
it's
for
also really
sure.
funny because like because he's what 17, so his
Yeah,
dad comes to all the races too, and the dads will start talking shit to the kids. Uh,
that's what us dads do.
Yep. So like I'll leave. We'll sit by the we bring like a solo stove to the track every time, and we'll sit by the fire, and I'll leave to go to the bathroom, and I'll come back, and there they are arguing about whose kid's gonna win the next race. I'm like,
I'm right here. I'm right here.
and I'm just like, I hope you're not talking me up too much. Like,
Right. Love it. Love it. It's it's just that's part of the fun of the
oh
game
yeah.
too.
No, I mean bench racing is just as much fun as racing sometimes.
It sometimes it's more fun.
Yeah, no, it really is.
Yeah.
Because it was funny when I had because at Barber, like that was my first like real battle on the 300. Was with this woman Angela. She's the fiance of somebody who runs with the Mark Morrow race school.
Hmm.
So it was like it's her first few races as well on the bigger bikes. And so she and I had a pretty nasty battle at that Saturday. And I won it, which is how I ended up with my third. And thank you, Nicole. And
Thank
and,
you,
um,
Nicole.
and so I went over literally as soon as I got off. I like hopped on the Mini, right, because used it as a pit bike, and immediately went down to her paddock and started talking so much shit. Just so much trash.
I love it.
And I was down there for maybe 15 minutes just being like, well, I mean, you had, because you had me here, but you lost me there. Oh, and you also lost me at the end there, right?
As you pull off mic drop,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Exactly.
See you next time. Maybe not. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Andrew Davis, what is up, my man? He says, what up? Yo, Chris, tell me you're going to make me a calzone at VIR. Answer carefully, sir. The answer to that would be, I don't know if I have time. That my dad's actually got the big green egg, and I go over there and we make the calzones over there. Maybe we might have time. Yes, I take pictures when I go to my parents' house. My dad's got this big green egg, and he makes his own homemade dough, and then we do pizzas on it. They're absolutely amazing.
That's awesome.
Calzones too. So yeah, people are always like, I want one of those. Everybody's invited, right? Everybody's just in different states. But Andrew, I'll link up with my dad because I know he's coming to VIR with us. I think he's only coming for one day, but yeah, it might be a good possibility. I can make that happen, my friend, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Because I want another calzone myself. Dad, you hear me? Dad. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Well, you need to tell my dad to start making calzones at the track.
No, Dad, you need to start making calzones at the track. What do you need to step your game up? Not only faster in lap times, but food wise too.
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
No, I will give him credit. We do eat well at the track, and he cooks it all, so it's quite. Although at Barber, we had our dinner blow away in the store. We had burgers and corn on the cob and everything, and it just one big gust of wind, and it was gone, as well as our canopy. But it happens.
That's part of the game, right? I pick it up and be like, I just pour water on my corn on the cob, my burger. I'm still eating this because I'm hungry.
Oh God, we were so hungry. We ended up at Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Hey, you know what? You cannot go wrong at Buc-ee's.
Oh so, no, you really
can't. That. Let's go to Buc-ee's. I need some Beaver nuggets, some homemade Buc-ee jerky. Like I got it all planned out when I go to Buc-ee's.
And the 100%. Fried apple pies, 100%.
You make me want to go to Buc-ee's. I wish we had one here. We ain't even got one here. So
I know.
Boo Buc-ee's.
Truly.
Facts. People don't. They don't. You guys have no idea about Buc-ee's. It's like the best gas station ever created on this planet. 110%.
Oh, yeah, it really is.
It is. Andrew Davis says Kyle is a good kid. Aaron, what is up, Aaron? Congratulations on your new job, Aaron. Proud of you, brother. He says Andrew better make sure he makes me one too. Yeah, I'll put it in the mail for you, buddy. You just got to reheat it in the oven for sure. And then Andrew Gower, what is up? Just joined. What's up? You, my friend, you are. Man, this has been a lot of fun, Annie. You've had quite the journey and quite the story. You, my friend, is absolutely fast, and you will make BTR 110%.
I'm hoping so.
Don't hope so. It's gonna happen.
Right, it's gonna happen.
There you go. Yep. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen one of these years. So I'm already thinking about my application video. I'm like, okay, is it time to start applying yet? I'm excited.
Right. I'm ready. It's actually at VIR. I'm gonna be a guest of BTR that weekend at Moto America. I'll be hanging out with all the girls and Scott.
It's cool.
It's awesome. I'm a huge fan of that whole program. A lot of people aren't, but
I mean, I'm
definitely a fan.
I heard about it through Emma Betters, because she races the
she's
390. I love her so much. She's the coolest.
Awesome.
She's the absolute coolest. She's my hero, truly.
She's awesome. She is. I finally met her at Cycle Jam when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, met her, caught her down in the I was like, Emma. She's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I've been trying to track her down to get her on the podcast. She's been
you have to. She's the coolest.
She will. She's already committed to it. We just haven't set the date yet, but we will go on our date on the podcast for sure. 100%. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Annie. Tell us something we don't know about you at all.
Oh gosh. Shoot, I don't know. I think I've mentioned it, but I'm a powerlifter.
You said you put me on the spot. What are you doing here?
I powerlift. That's my other big thing.
I love it.
My last competition was in December. I've done 2 of those so far. So yeah, that's kind of, I lift heavy things and I race motorcycles. Those are my 2 big things.
I love it. I love it.
Other than that, I'm a huge nerd.
Aren't we all? We're all nerds. I mean, look at my. I'm totally a nerd for sure.
Yeah,
100%. Are you a coffee drinker?
I am. I am not at the track though. That's actually interestingly enough, I do not drink coffee at the track. I have the worst caffeine addiction of anybody that you've ever met outside of it. But once I get on the track, the adrenaline from racing is more than enough. I don't need a cup of coffee in the morning. It makes me nervous.
That's hilarious. What's your worst habit?
Oh God, but I stay up way too late. I don't sleep. I have the worst sleep schedule of any. Oh, I have the worst sleep schedule. And probably probably caffeine. That's also my other really bad habit. Is I like coffee and I like energy drinks, and so I'll have like a big coffee in the morning and then an energy drink later on, and it's a problem. That's probably my worst habit.
Yeah, my wife, she drinks coffee. Like it'll be 9:30 at night. We're gonna go to bed. She's making a cup of coffee. I'm like,
hmm
I couldn't do that. I'd be wired through the roof. So
No,
yeah.
I've got a Celsius that I'm sitting here sipping.
I like it. I like the Celsius. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Um, Everybody knows that I'm a huge audiobook listener to. I listen to a ton of audiobooks. Do you read or listen to audiobooks either?
I read. I'm not a big audiobook person because I find that I zone out. And I'll like zone out and then come back in and be like, oh, I
I
was
just
not
missed
paying
the whole
attention.
chapter. Yeah, what's
Yeah.
going
Oh
on?
shoot.
Yeah.
But I do like to read. I just kind of got back into reading recently because college kind of killed that whole reading
Yeah.
thing for me for a while because all I was reading was like Introduction to Quantum Mechanics, which by the way, honestly a great book. I recommend it to everybody. If you get the one by David Griffiths, it's hilarious. um,
I love it.
but no, I just got back into reading. I read a lot of sci-fi. I just read the Foundation series.
Oh, what a great show. That was a great show too.
Yeah, the books
Yeah.
are well. The first few books are really good. Once they start getting in the farther books, they're kind of sluggish. But I finished it. Now I'm reading the Annihilation series, which is the Southern Reach series. Annihilation's the first book. That's like eco horror sci-fi. It's pretty cool. I like the way he describes like ecosystems and stuff. I'm in part a little bit of an ecologist, so I think it's pretty. I like just reading about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I've been currently listening to Change Your Mind, Change Your Diet.
Mm.
I forget the girl's name. Um, I've been since I've gotten younger in age, right? I used to
hmm
be fat. Like I used to be 280 pounds, 40 waist. I'm in a 34. I'm like 208 or something right now, all by changing my mind, changing my diet,
Yeah.
right?
I used to be 250 pounds, so I
Yeah.
get
So
that. Yeah.
yeah, it's you touched on it, said it earlier, coming over your fears, right? When
hmm
you put those mental blocks up in, you just gotta jump over it and tackle it and move on and move forward, right? People that do that uh, are happier with themselves instead of just
Truly.
having that fear the whole time.
hmm
It's easier to say than it is to do, but once you do it one time, you're like, I can do anything. So that's how I come over my fear of heights. I went skydiving.
Oh wow, that's not something I could do.
You could do it.
I had the opportunity to go last year, and I decided to go motorcycle racing instead.
Okay, I forgive you on that one. And yeah, always forgiven for sure. Yeah. I love it. So as far as podcasts go, do you listen to podcasts? I listen to a ton of podcasts, some motorcycle podcasts, but more like Theo Von, Danny Jones,
hmm
freaking I'm into like Egyptian and the Greek past, the mythology and stars
Yeah.
and aliens and all that. My wife says I'm a conspiracy theorist, you guys. So
Oh, do you have a favorite conspiracy?
I mean, there's just so many of them, man. I guess one that I've been here stuck on here lately is, do we really go to the moon? I don't believe we went to the moon at all.
Oh, oh.
Look, she's like,
Yes.
let's do it. Yeah, let's
That's
have
some
this conversation.
bullshit.
I like it, right?
No,
I just
of course we went to the moon. Come on.
well, listen, this is what I'm gonna say about that. Then in 1969, we went to the moon with this big old thing. How come we ain't been since?
It's because it's expensive, and we don't need to go back. We have rovers that do that now. We're thinking about going to Mars. It's much more important.
All right. I'm gonna let you slide on that one.
We
But
spend
yeah,
all of our money looking at telescopes. You saw the James Webb telescope. Come
I seen the
on.
James Webb telescope. I did see it. I'm just saying I just question everything. That's when my wife says I am the way I am. I'm like, I
Well,
gotta ask questions.
I started off as an astrophysics major, so
Oh, okay.
I'm big into the stars and stuff.
I
So
love the stars and that
mhm,
space and all that. Like,
mhm.
yeah, one of my favorite things to do, and I've never even said this. So when it's nice and clear at night, I like to go out there and just lay down in the grass and stare up at the stars and just
Yep.
free my mind of everything. I don't want to think about nothing. I don't want to talk to
Mhm.
nobody. I just want to be me for a few minutes.
Yep. That's that's part of the reason why I love racing is getting out there because you can't think about anything else.
You know,
You really can't. And it's like it's one of the few moments that your head just clears and it is forcefully cleared and it's so nice. But I worked at my college's observatory actually for a few years.
nice.
Um, so like we had like 100-year-old telescope that I was the only one that was because I don't want to say because it was an all women's college, but I was the only one strong enough to turn the knobs on the telescope. So that was my job, was setting it up.
I love it.
But I had access to the roof, so I would just go sit out on the roof and stare up at the sky, and that's the best thing. I love that.
Yeah.
I love looking at the sky at the track because it's far enough out where most of the time it's pretty clear sky, and that's always fun.
Yeah, 100%. So, was saying all about this about the moon. Do you think the Earth's flat?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know. I just tell people I don't know. My dad was a pilot. He flew jets, and then he's like, hell no, Earth ain't flat. So I'm like, there you go,
No,
Earth
the
ain't
Earth
flat.
is not flat. No.
That's- I agree with. I just had to
Okay.
ask. This
You don't think the Earth is flat, do you?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Phew.
This is what
Okay.
I tell my friends. I'm like, when you look up at the stars, the sun, and the moon, everything's circle. So why would
Yep.
it be flat? I'm just confused on that. I don't know. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
but no,
Okay, good.
absolutely not. What's your go-to karaoke song?
That is actually such a great question. I talked to you earlier about being in a pool league.
Yep.
So every week on Tuesday, my pool league ends in karaoke. So every week I go out and do some sort of karaoke. This past week it was "Rolling in the Deep" by Adele. The week before it was Santeria and by Sublime and Valerie, Amy Winehouse.
Yep.
But in general, my go-to song is "Before He Cheats," Carrie Underwood. So
I love it. Yeah, I like
and
karaoke too.
yeah, and I can't sing, so
I can't
that's
sing either. In
yeah,
the
no,
shower, dude, I'm America's Got Talent all day
yeah,
long. Outside of there,
no.
absolutely not.
But
Yeah.
I'm yelling it into a microphone every single
Me
time.
too.
So
Yeah. I remember when I first started, my wife got me to do it, and this was before I was in the podcast. Now I can just get on a mic and talk to whatever, and I'd be up there all nervous, and I'd get my own groove, and I was like, "There's nothing to be scared of. I sound like shit. I'm just having fun." So
yeah, everybody's having a good time.
it's a lot of fun, just get out there and open yourself up, and let's do it. Are you a spicy food person?
I am.
Me too.
Yeah, I love spicy food.
Me too. Do you ever watch the hot ones on YouTube?
Of course, I love hot ones.
So I got the last dab. I bought bottles of that. And
oh, so did
good.
you?
Yes, it's so good. It's hot, but it's good. The hottest thing I ever ate was my buddy. All my friends love to try to burn me up, right? They bought me this Death Nut Peanut Challenge. There were 13 million Scovilles each, and I ate 6 of them.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll never do it again. It was the worst thing I ever did. It was absolutely insane. But I love Thai food, Indian food, anything with spice. Usually when I go to the restaurant, I say, give me the hottest stuff you got, not the stuff you bring out to all them, but the stuff you make in the back. That's why I messed up at the Indian restaurant. They're all laughing. But before they started laughing at me, when the waiter come over there, I was like, yeah, I want tiki masala, but make it super hot, right? And he's like, okay, my friend. I was like, no. Give me the special stuff in the back that you don't normally give to people. He said, are you sure? I'm like, absolutely, I can handle it. I'm about 6 bites into it. And then I noticed there's something seriously wrong. I was sweating profusely and I couldn't feel anything, right?
Yep.
And I'm looking over there, and they're laughing at me. So I'm like, I'm finishing this. And
Yep, you gotta.
it was good. It was hot.
Yep.
Don't do that no more. I just go and be like, yeah, just give me the normal 5 spice. I'm good with the stuff in the back, unless I feel like being in pain myself. So
Yep.
yeah, spicy food's definitely the way to go. It's funny because I got my son eating a bunch of spicy stuff,
Oh,
and he's 12, so
yeah. That's so funny because when I was young, I would not touch spice.
I wouldn't either.
It took me it took me actually kind of pretty much like into high school, and then like I really got into spicy food in college because Agnes Scott is right down the street from this place called Patel Plaza, um, which is literally just a shopping center, just all Indian like stores and restaurants. And so I would go in there by myself and just go and eat something, not knowing what it was, but I would eat something, and it was absolutely wonderful. And so that's how I built my spice tolerance, that and Thai food. Um, so
I
and
love
now I
Thai
love
food.
it. And
Yeah,
now I absolutely love spicy food. I'm like, oh, gotta get.
gotta be.
It needs to be spicier, honestly.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My
Yeah.
wife says that my guts probably rotted out, and she's surprised I can still eat anything because I'm constantly like, it's got to be hotter. It's got to be
Yep.
hotter. Yeah, love Thai food. That's how I come over. That's how I learned to love spicy food. So my uncle went to Thailand, married a girl, brought her back, and went over there. She makes obviously the best Thai food ever. And I remember I was like, this is insane hot. I can't take it. But the more I went over there and the more I ate it, I'm like, I need it hotter. I need it. And then now I'm eating shit that they don't even eat hot spice wise. So all because of Thai food. And it's so
Yeah.
good. And you miss the heat when you don't have it, right?
Yeah, no, you do.
My go-to homemade hot sauce is it's not like a normal hot sauce, it's grapeseed oil and crushed red peppers. You just mix them both
Mm,
together. The longer it sits, the hotter it's going to get, but it's only going to be as hot as the crushed red peppers is, right?
right.
Um, but what I love about that is it don't change the flavor profile of what you put on the food. It still has that flavor. It just gives you that heat you want, right? So
Um, when I first moved in here, actually, and when I'm at home too, I make one of my favorite breakfasts is you take Thai chilies,
mhm.
slice them up, I do like 3 or 4 of them, right? And then fry them for a little bit with some scallions, and then do eggs over them, and
Mm,
fry your eggs in in your homemade chili
mhm.
oil. But the problem is my up my roommates upstairs start coughing.
Just go up there and knock on the door and say, here's some mask. I'm going to cook some good shit. If y'all
Yeah.
want some, come on down. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm banned from cooking that meal in the house because my roommates are like, Annie, we can't breathe. I'm like, so
Stick
it's
your
so
head out
good
the
though.
window. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You're missing out. What are you talking about?
But my every time I'm home, my mom will be like, she'll text me, she'll like, I'll be cooking something and she'll text me, she'll be like, man, every time you cook, I just end up not being able to breathe. I'm like, yeah, it's good because there's a chili oil, it's like a chili crunch that you can only get at like H Mart. Um, I I don't know the name of it because it's not in a language that I could ever speak.
Right. But it's
Um,
good.
it's so good. And when I was like in prep for powerlifting, like I would eat like, just so many eggs because they're such good protein. Uh, and so like every morning I would like do my eggs either in the chilies or in that chili oil. And so my mom would like every once in a while she'd be like, you can't cook this morning. We'll go out for breakfast because I need to breathe.
Boo, mom. Boo.
I know, I know.
I love it. I love it. If you could travel back to any era of time, what would you travel back to?
I don't Honestly, I don't think I would. I mean,
Mhm.
I think I'd like to go back to like maybe the 80s or 90s and see what like that was like. But like I'm not like the biggest history person. I guess actually if I really could go back to any time, I'd go see the dinosaurs.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd go see the dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I think they're so cool. Uh, I'm like, I'm big into dinosaurs. My favorite dinosaur is a Diplodocus, in case
Love
you're
it.
curious.
Love it.
And so I'd probably go see dinosaurs.
My favorite things are sharks. I'm a huge shark nerd.
Cool.
I freaking
Yeah.
love sharks. And as a matter of fact, I got you gotta check out this. I got this from a buddy of mine. This is a real megalodon shark tooth.
Cool.
How big that thing is,
Yeah,
right?
that's huge.
Gave it to me. I was like, dude, I want to make a necklace out of this. Can you
Oh,
imagine?
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the ocean and space.
Mhm. Yep.
Ocean to me is always I fantasize about the ocean. I love it, the creatures and everything, and it's so cool.
Mhm.
I'm a water baby, so yeah, let's go. Do you have any superstitions?
Yeah, I mean, probably not that I remember. God, I mean, there are things like oh, if I don't want it to rain, I don't say the R word. I call it heavenly moisture.
Love it.
Because if you don't say it rain, it won't come. That's the same thing as like, well, if you bring your rain tires, it's not gonna rain, right? Uh, um, yeah, I think that's probably. I mean, I probably have more of them. I just don't remember. Because they're just so like second nature to me,
Yeah.
you know. Um, yeah, not that I know of. Hmm.
What's your spirit animal?
A bear, a a a black bear.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bears scare me.
Uh, I think. I mean, yeah, they should sometimes, but
Oh yeah,
I think
they're
they're wonderful. So.
I'm an animal lover. I'm the type of person where I don't even kill spiders or ants. I'd rather catch them and just release them
Mhm.
outside. So I love nature and animals, and
Yeah.
we all have our place. Bears, though, is they're different in a way that if you piss one of them off, you can't outrun it, you can't
Yep.
out climb it, you can't hide from it. Your best deal is get in a car and just get the hell out, or have a really
Mhm.
really big gun. That's
Yep.
it. That's why they. Have you ever seen a shaved bear?
No.
You got to Google an image of a shaved bear. When you see that, you'd be like, that is a liking. That is a werewolf. Freaking, they're scary looking for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Fat Bear Week.
Okay.
So, you know
How
what that
long is it?
is?
No.
Oh, okay. So every week, every year, when the bears go into hibernation, they do a contest up in Alaska where they just like they watch all the local like bears get super fat as they go before they go into hibernation, and then people vote on them online.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Fat Bear Week. That's my kind of big thing every year. I get all excited because
I
to
love
go
it.
look at pictures of bears that are like just huge and chubby before they go into hibernation. Um, I went to. I'm also like I watched some of the bears in like Yellowstone and stuff because I had the opportunity to go a few years back, and when there were black bear cubs that were running around the park, and I got to see them, and that was the coolest thing ever. So that's part of the reason why black bears is my spirit animal, just because I saw them, they were there, and they were so cool. you
You're like, I
know,
just want to pick it up and love it and cuddle
I
it.
do. I want to, why not friend if friend shaped, you know?
I agree, but if the mama sees you, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be
It's
ugly.
real bad. You seen
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear, right? It's gonna be
Oh
that.
yeah.
It's gonna be that bad. That's how bad it's gonna get. Like you can't hide. You're done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's hilarious. What's one thing you can't live without?
Headphones. And like some sort of music playing. I'm big into like having music going. Um, I like to listen to it while I work. I like to listen to like any sort of thing, you know. I listen to a very wide range of music depending on my mood. And it just kind of like it helps like I'm very much an overthinker, so like music gets me out of my head. So like if I'm really bothered by something, then like I have to listen to music and eventually it'll go away. So definitely headphones is kind of the answer to that.
I love it. I love it. Um, what's one skill you wish you had?
Um, oh man. I mean, I wish I was just I guess I wish I was just better at skills that I already have. I don't know if like there's necessarily like I don't know, I like doing a lot of things, and I don't really think that I'm lacking. This is God, that's crazy to say. I, I swear I don't think I'm perfect.
No, we're not. Trust me, we are far from that. Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I wish I could draw. I think that would be cool. And I know it takes a lot of practice, but I wish I could draw.
Yeah, drawing. I got a buddy at work, man. He's amazing at drawing art. I was like, dude,
Hmm.
did you do that? That looks like a painting. He's like, yeah, he's this little kid, man. He's not a little kid, he's an adult, but he's just little.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. I'm like, dude, you should quit your job and start selling this stuff because you'd make some
Hmm.
money for sure. So if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Man, who knows? It depends on the week.
Right? It depends on what mood I'm in.
It really does. I don't know. Let me look at my YouTube. Let me look at my music.
On
um,
my playlist.
yeah, no, I don't because there's like it just
It
life
varies.
is
Yeah,
so fast and
it
changes so
is.
quickly that like there's not really anything that I think really kind of goes with it. Yeah, no, I have no idea. Um, no, I don't know. And I'm not, there's not one that really, I think life is too complicated to have a theme to have one specific song. I have a I'll have a playlist, and it'll have a lot of it'll be anything from Bad Bunny to Hosier to Tyler Childers and the Red Clay Strays. So I will have, and sometime and Kendrick Lamar will end up in there too. But there's not really. I don't think there's one specific song that kind of goes with my life.
Yeah, I listen to all kinds of genres of music from Frank Sinatra to Young Dolph to freaking
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Childress to Morgan Wallen to
Oh
depends on the
yeah,
mood you're in, right? Sometimes
yeah, it really does.
I want to play trap music. Sometimes I want to play country. Sometimes I want to listen to some Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
absolutely,
I think
absolutely. Listen, this has been a lot of fun. We're an hour and 13 minutes into this podcast already. It goes by so fast, Annie, but no worries
it
because I'm
does.
gonna have you back on many, many
100%.
times.
Yeah.
So I have one more question that I'm gonna ask you, and then we'll give all our shout outs and all that good stuff. If you were to plan a bank robbery, who's coming with you and what's their roles?
Um. Okay. I would bring
She
probably my.
smiled too. She's like, yeah.
I would bring my dad. Because he's good at various different things, and not averse to breaking the rules. um, and he's one of the few people that I think could hop on a bike and get away. um, I bring my childhood friend Tanner, because he is a medic in the army now, and so resourceful and also a good friend, and loyal. Oh man, I'd bring my mom because I think because she would take anybody out with a baseball bat for me if I really needed her to.
Mama's got
um.
Lucille, huh?
Mhm. Yep. And I would bring probably I bring my one of my best friends here, Leu, because she's just so loyal that she and I will get into anything, and she'll do anything with me. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, Annie, this has been a lot of fun. It's been an honor to have you on the podcast. I'm gonna let you end it, but first, let me give all my shout outs first.
Do you have $10?
Do what?
Do you have $10?
Do I have $10? Do you hear this, Andy? This
Yeah.
is every podcast.
Well, I will say that my conversations with my dad sound very similar, where it's just like
I want to
Can
become a monster.
can you register me
Question.
for the races next weekend?
Right. And I need you to pay for it too, Dad. Thank you. I love you
Yeah.
so much.
Can you
And have my bike ready.
yeah, I need a new pair of gloves.
Right. I need
So,
I need a new suit. I need this. I need that.
Oh, don't get me started on a new suit.
You need a new suit?
I do, unfortunately. Yeah, because I keep crashing in this one.
All right. All right. Well, just stay on with me after this, and we'll talk for sure. First thing I do want to say is thanks for all the love and support. Yes, Rossi, give me a second, okay? Thank you.
wait, can I have it?
I don't have $10 cash on me.
No, not cash.
What part of yes did you not understand?
Oh, I
I'm
didn't hear you.
confused.
I didn't hear you.
Yes, that's all you get though.
I know. Thank you.
Now go sweep the yard. Hey, and shut my door, please. See what I deal with right there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So can I have $10, Daddy? Sure. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for all the love and support to everybody that watches this podcast and shows me all the love. It's an absolute honor, and thank you so much. If you guys and girls have not yet had the chance, please go hit that like and subscribe, the ding dongs, the TikToks, all that good stuff. It's greatly appreciated. Big shout out to Next Level Financial for all your financial needs. BisonTrack.com for your leathers. Chef Eats for the best food out there, and he's in Georgia. So if you haven't been on some Chef Eats, I'm gonna hook you up.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to TST Industries. You guys and girls can go to. Everybody asked me about my beanie hats and my soft shell jacket. You can go to clothingkings.co.uk. Go to their on the top. It'll say partnership. Click on that. Scroll down. You'll see Pin to Gas. There's everything out there: jackets, beanies, sweatshirts, blah 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 blah. Go to the website and thank you. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP. You guys and girls can sign up at miniusasbk.com. Thing that I love about SFL Mini GP is all you do is register and show up. You don't need a bike, leathers, boots, gloves, nothing. They provide everything. Big shout out to RD Racing and my mate Jake Marsh out there in the UK. All my vets out there, I need you to go to vet2track.com, sign up. His whole motto is curing PTSD one lap at a time. It's an absolute amazing program. So all my vets, please go to vet2track.com. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for your sunglass needs. You can use a discount code Pin to Gas. I tell everybody this, Annie, when you come to the track, bring more than one undersuit. Matter of fact, bring more undersuits than you do clothes because you can always wear them home. Big shout out to 64 Degree Racing. My man Tate actually sent me two custom two-piece undersuits. They're absolutely my favorite. I have another friend that also makes undersuit. Her name is Aliki at venomsport.com, and she makes amazing undersuits too. You're not going to go wrong by ordering anything from any one of them. Friends of mine. Big shout out to Road Racing World. I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com and please sign up and donate to the air fence. It's imperative that we have the air fences. If we did not have them, Andy's not showing up to the track. Neither are we showing up to the track and having any type of fun. And on top of that, big shout out to all the corner marshal workers out there, all the guys and the girls that do it. We love you and we thank you and keep doing you, boo. We love it. Let's go. And if anybody's out there interested in being a marshal, hit me up. I'll get you in touch with the right people. And you guys got the best seats in the house anyway. It's absolutely amazing, right? Big shout out to BTR, Build Train Race Program. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan. They just left the ridge and super happy for all my girls. Absolutely amazing. KYT helmets, K-Tech suspension, Ghetto Customs for all your body work. I got 3 people that make graphics for motorcycles. One is Drippin' Wet. Everybody knows Chris Crizel at Drippin' Wet. Reese at REB Graphics, and Gus Rodeo, the legend himself, has one. It's called grggraphics.com. So, again, you're not going to go wrong by ordering from any one of them. Big shout out to Woodcraft, Mark 10 Motorsports, Free Hugs Racing, Nicole Polich Photography, Stick Boy Racing, Adrenaline Engineering, Pitline Moto. If you guys or girls know anybody that's unfortunately been in a motorcycle wreck, got paralyzed or missing the limb, you can absolutely still get on a bike and ride. What you need to do is go to tbexusaexperience.org. Absolutely amazing, Michael, what he does for everybody. So if you know anybody that's in that situation, you can get back on a bike and ride. Nothing's stopping you or holding you back. Again, it's tbexusaexperience.org. As a matter of fact, the legend Easy is actually racing on their team in the Super Stock this championship in Moto America. So, and last but not least, CW Moto. My good mate Luca Allen's racing for my buddy Chris that actually runs the race team at Moto America and 600 Super Sport. So yeah, next time you're out there, make sure you stop by BTR and CW Moto and everybody else in the paddock, say hi and get pictures and autographs and all that good stuff. So Annie, tell everybody where they can buy your merch, where they can find you at social media, and the next track event you're going to be at, so they can come and say hi.
So you can find me. We have a racing Instagram. We are the Itty Bitty Racing Committee. So Itty Bitty Racing on Instagram, Facebook. I think YouTube, we're the Itty Bitty Racing Committee. We're on LinkedIn. Anywhere, Threads, we have a Threads account. Pretty much anywhere you look, we're there. ittybitty.racing.com is where you can buy all of our merch. We've got the Inherited Chaos t-shirts, which are designed like a music tour shirt. So they've got all of our race dates on the back. We have, mugs, hats, anything that you could want, you could possibly have. We also have a podcast. Me and my dad do a podcast that comes out. We've been a little lackadaisical on it recently, but we've got a new episode coming out tomorrow, and we're going to do weekly for a little while to catch up. So we are the Itty Bitty Racing Podcast on Spotify, YouTube Music, anywhere you get your podcasts. I have to shout out Up Level Signs and Graphics, who does all of our graphics work on the 300, and Shannon S. Collier Law Offices, who does all of our legal work, as well as I'm going to shout out our newest sponsor, Dennis Townsend, DR Townsend Construction, and the reason I'm shouting him out specifically is because he has volunteered to drive us to every single race, and with his truck and enclosed trailer. And he also started racing minis. And so I got to shout him out because he's awesome. Super cool guy. You can follow me personally at Annie.Clark03 on Instagram, or Annie Cloonan on Facebook, as well as my dad, because, he's part of the team too.
He's only slower than you, but that's all.
Yeah, he is, just a little. And I will be at Roebling next weekend on Sunday running ENF. And then I'm missing the next tally round because I'll be in Alaska. And I'll be at Road Atlanta and GNFs. So come and see us. Come hang out. Come introduce yourself if you haven't and you're a Wera person. I want to meet everybody. Like, I want to get to know everybody because I love meeting everybody. So please. And you know what? If you see me on the track, give me advice. I always want it. Unless you're slower than I am, then I'm gonna give you shit about it.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, listen, Annie, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate
really
you coming on.
Yeah.
Proper
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, listen, again, the honor's on mine. You be on here many times. Matter of fact, stay on with me. We're gonna go ahead and schedule our next one. This episode, if you guys missed it at the beginning, caught it towards the middle, whatever. As soon as I end it, you can go to my Facebook page and rewatch it, or go to my YouTube page. Pin the gas. I mean, come on, people. Rewatch it. On Facebook, it's my personal page, Chris Simcoe. It's not my private group, whatever. But anyway, it's been an absolute honor. We've got Taylor Liv says, "Hey, woman," she just popped up in. What's going on? You missed it. Taylor, you're late, but it's okay. Like I just got done saying, as soon as I end this, go to YouTube and rewatch it.
Yep.
Tomorrow it'll be out everywhere on Spotify or all that good stuff. Same thing.
Awesome.
She's just been saying so, and I'll tag in all the socials, all that good stuff. So,
yep.
Anyway, I hope everybody has a proper mega 4th of July. Spend a lot of time with your family. And, let's go. Until then, we will see you soon. Annie, is there anything you want to say before I end this?
No, thank you so much for having me.
The honor again is all mine. And on that note, we will see you soon. Just stay on with me for 1 second. Let me end this. Right. In stream.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.